Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And we are underway in Foxborough. Nifty move. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And the talented young man took over as the full-time starter week 6 of last season. Showed a ton of promise as a rookie, despite having minimal help around him. His talent and potential, vast. I expect him to have a huge second year in the NFL.
May going to throw right away. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
From the shotgun, it's May. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Brings up third down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. To the air, May. He's got a man, complete. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
That's good for a Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And this offense has come out swinging here in the early going. They pick up a nice chunk on that pitch and catch. And the two of them have this offense moving in the right direction to start this game.
They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Ohio State. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down at 7. They'll try the left side with Stevenson. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. They're going to throw. May. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. The Falcons send Jamal Agnew deep to return. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
The secret to his game and his success, incredible chemistry with each and every one of the guys he catches passes with him. And not only does he ask them to stay after practice or meet it before practice, he actually demands it because he knows if they have that kind of chemistry built up, they're going to be hard to beat each and every ball game.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. And looking to throw, Penix. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep for New England is Marcus Jones. Take it at the 37. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. The last series form, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. To throw, it's May. Checking this down to Stevenson. Only able to gain a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Throwing here is May. And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt.
For the Patriots.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
From the shotgun, it's Penix. Now he's going to step up and run. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Looking to throw, Penix. Man open is Robinson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
What are you doing? Were they even paying attention?
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
22 yards there, a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On first and 10, it's Robinson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Here's Penix. Left side, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
So first and goal now from the 7-yard line. They'll run with Robinson. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Point after here coming up. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. New England trying to get a place on offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Looking to put a drive together. They'll throw with May. Got a man. It's Kayshon Boutte. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd down and 3. Here's May. That's to the running back, Ramondre Stevenson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 at a New England first down.
That's a pretty play. They were coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up the head of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up the first down.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 48-yard line.
Running left is Stevenson. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring them down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
That pass complete. Here's Butte with it. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
A gain of 5 yards.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Stevenson. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now Penix. Now this will be caught by Mooney. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And 3rd and 1 now. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's going to have a Falcons first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
That's another Falcons first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Operating from the gun, Penix. This pass is caught by London. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Short pass caught by Henry. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Henderson running straight ahead. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's good for a Patriots 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And this is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, May with it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Setting up a screen for Stevenson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
They'll try and run the option. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
31-yard line.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Falcons 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's made. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Stephon Diggs, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. Oh, good move. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Bijan Robinson and the Falcons back onto the field. They'll be looking to get in the end zone again. Had the touchdown, as you see, last drive on 4 carries. And during the break, we were looking at some of the replays from the previous drive. Really good holes created, great space.
Yeah, I like the observation you had, though, during that break about, okay, they've got to do something to slow down their runners. So is it bringing in more defensive linemen? Is it dropping in extra linebackers? What are you going to do? Personally, I'm going to take my safety and drop him into the box. I'm going to have at least 7 in there until he shows that he can beat me through the air. I've got to slow down the running.
I was just going to say, you'll take the exposure in the passing game over the top until you can prove that you can stop the running game.
Sometimes you go cold because you haven't thrown it in a while. Let's see if he can heat up again. I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? 5 defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
And we saw that advantage right there. And he's taken down inside the 30. 16 more on that one and another first down.
16 yards. That's another Falcons first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll throw with Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. They'll give him 4 yards there. And it's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
3rd and 9 here. To the air, Penix. Right back to Pitts again. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
36-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Patriots ready to get the football back. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 2nd down.
At the 32-yard line.
Out of the gun, they give it to Stevenson. And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. That is caught. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this 1st half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. And he's going to have a Patriots 1st down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Patriots 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And they're going to go with the jet sweep. This is Diggs with it. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 2.
Excellent play there by Arnold Ebiketie to meet him behind the line for a loss.
45-yard line.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not,
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
From the shotgun, it's May. It's complete to Diggs. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
It's fourth down.
Brandon, a good idea there on third down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Let's start this drive out on the ground. He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 89 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Now Pennick's going to hold on to it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Like it's been this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage, but when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
Second and 10. A play fake. Now Penix. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. How to approach this. Third down and 16 yards to go. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion. Here's Jones on the return. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and it will be first and 10 as they take over. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it's 2nd down. They're going to throw. May. And Diggs has it. And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for 13 and a New England 1st down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
To throw, it's May. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. He's to the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the 1st half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So his big 1st half continues, his 3rd touchdown already. We'll have to keep watch as this game goes along, how much they want to continue to ride him, because he could be on his way to a record-setting performance. Extra point attempt here still to come. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the 1st half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the 2nd half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the 2nd half. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the 2nd half gets underway. Oh, nice move. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to get going to begin this 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the 1st half.
And looking to throw, Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. From the 31, here's a 2nd down and 6. In motion, the tight end. Penix working out of the gun here. Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Looking to throw Penix. Man open is Robinson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Falcons.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Here's Penix. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Patriots' 31-yard line.
On the give, here's Robinson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Wow, and even 200 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right on the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Robinson will score. Touchdown Atlanta.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here, because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. Looking to put a drive together. To the air, May. Short pass caught by Henry. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll throw with May. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing here is May. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Short pass caught by Henry.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A give for Stevenson, running right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's May. Gets this complete to Bunto. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
And decide to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
A 54-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here's 3rd and 9. They run the draw here with Robinson. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. .47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. The Patriots offense and Drake May headed back onto the field. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Pats at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Back to throw here. Short pass caught by Henry. And they'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, May with it. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense and running back Bijan Robinson set to take over once more. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. A 2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Foxborough. Robinson up the middle. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here now a 3rd down and 8. On the draw, Robinson. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
It's 4th down.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. From the gun, it's May. Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 37 yards.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. The left side caught by Diggs. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 17-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
1st and 10.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
That's another Patriots 1st down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Patriots are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit. found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Falcons offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. To the air, Penix. Short throw, caught by Pitts. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
219 yards rushing for him now on the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And it's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 36 yards on the play.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. They'll throw with Penix. Now he'll tuck this and run. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
First down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Hand off now to Robinson. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Robinson again. But he will go backwards as he stopped for a loss. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. New England's offense set to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
From the shotgun, it's May. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England 1st down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Patriots, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, May. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
On fourth down, out comes Andres Borregales for the Patriot field goal. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Bijan Robinson and the Falcons back onto the field. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer in the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Now Penix. That's complete to Mooney. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
And looking to throw, Penix. And this will be caught by Mooney. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Robinson. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack to stop him short of the first.
No gain on the play.
Oh, what a great job defensively to stack things up. They were committed to stopping the run. They knew it was coming. And now it looks like they should get the football back as they force an important 3 and out.
Here's Bradley Pena now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And looking up into the sun, he's able to make the fair catch inside the 20-yard line. The Patriots offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he's got it. Got his man on the end round. Complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw, it's May. And pass complete. Here's Butte with it. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You've got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
I don't care what sport you're playing, everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw again. Diggs crossing the field and bringing it in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Stephon Diggs with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Pats have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab the nugget when I can.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
Patriots 28.
So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. Things sure were looking good for them at the half. Heck, off the air, you and I were just saying they might run away with this thing and cruise to a victory. Not anymore.
Yeah, the cruise control has to be off at this point. Now you've got to mash the gas yourself. Again, who's going to step up and make a big play for you? Who's going to take care of business now that you're being pressed? It is definitely go time for them at this moment.
All of a sudden clinging to a slim lead and hoping to hold on to that lead. Looking to throw, Penix. Short throw, caught by Pitts. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Here's Penix. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
The tight end in motion right. He'll look to throw. Here's a screen for Robinson. Now he's into the clear again. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 236 yards on the ground for him now with 4 touchdown runs tacked on.
First down. A gain of 15. And a Falcon first down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A play fake. Now Penix. Oh, no, lost the football. And there he goes, right side. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
The extra point now for Borregales. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So all eyes on the Falcons. Down by 1. 2:09 to play. They'll have one play, maybe 2, before the 2-minute warning as they've got a first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Penix working out of the gun here. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Milton Williams busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
3rd and 13.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. That's caught by Warner, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
21 yards. And the Falcons first down. A gain of 21 yards. First down, Falcons.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Back to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Back to throw. He's got Mooney. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
The noise is getting deafening. Here's 3rd down and 3. He'll look to throw. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. And it's off the mark, incomplete.
Throwaway and incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Just over 50 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. He's back to throw. Throw left side. There's London. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
At the 26-yard line.
Here's 2nd down. The throw again is Penix. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Falcons.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. On the run, it's Robinson. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
2nd and 11 at the Patriots' 14-yard line.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. They'll run again here with Robinson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. 2 for 2 on the afternoon, and a 3rd would win it. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So there was a little meat on that bone, a little more than a chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner.
And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments, but kickers nowadays, you give them anything under 40, and they're automatic.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. This will be caught by his big wide receiver. It was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles, and that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think hope was wearing one jersey and worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. And with that, we say so long from Foxborough.